Alright, can everybody hear me okay? Sound test, do. Sweet, okay, there's a little bit of a latency issue. Morning, AK. I'm actually not early, I'm late. This is actually Friday night's flight. But we had some family stress. Boo had a really crummy day at work yesterday, so I delayed the stream until now so that I could spend time with her and help her relax. So I'm almost set up. We just gotta get the flight simulator launched and turn on the camera and we'll be all set to go. Luna, do you see my phone in there? Would you be so kind as to bring it to me? I'd pay you in coffee, but it's really good. You should get some. Yeah. And yeah, I was aware that it said the Wednesday survival stream. I did just update all that stuff. We can turn that off. Okay, I lied. I also have to do the overlays. Those up and going. Those thankfully take a mere seconds. And I gotta pull up the YouTube chat. I can view that. Come on, unlock. There we go. Oh, well, we can't have that image. Okay, I did forget to change the the screen background for YouTube. My bad. Oh, whoop, there it was. Mixer app. Gonna need that. Say again? I don't think there's any left, but if you want, knock yourself out. Give me my chat. No, that's not what I asked for. Sarah's on! I was looking for Sarah this morning. She wasn't there. That's mute. No, the other way. Mute. There you go. Mute that. AK, were you on Wednesday when Lost dropped by and presented me with some new channel art? I put it up and I showed everybody, and I even had it up for my delay message last night. Oh yeah, I forgot I wanted to play that too. But he said it wasn't finished, so I'm gonna wait, but I had to show it to everyone because it's awesome. Let me know if you weren't here, and I'll put it up so you can see it for a minute. I apologize if I yawn. It was a late night. It was a lot of fun. It was a late night. And get rid of the image. Get rid of the starting soon. Turn that on. My camera's all jacked up. Luna! I need help again. Can you fix my camera? It's like cutting off the top of my head. Well, you have to pull down on it slightly. Much better, much better. And then can we, hold on, let me make sure I'm sitting straight because I'm sitting on my foot. Can you rotate it? Because we got a lot of the book in here. Hold on, what is that? Not my chair. Oh, it's this. I'm an idiot.
Oh. I'm like, what?
Can you move it back just a little bit? That large knob that your left hand's on, is it loose? Okay, so if you grab the base and the arm and turn it, it's usually... Back the other way, smidge. That's good, that's good. I can always just set the book down. I don't really care that the book's in the... Oh, no! You hit it.
Oh.
Well, what's on the screen?
Yes.
Put it down the PC camera, right-hand side. And then okay. Please reconnect OBS. She apologizes. She grovels at your feet. Get on the floor. No. Oh, no. No, please, not this.
You wanted me to grovel. Come on.
Oh, no, you broke OBS completely. I'm not joking. Arrgh. I'm trying to reboot the camera, guys. I'm sorry. Luna's not allowed to leave till it works. What the heck? Console. I don't know what the heck I did. Oop. Oop. I don't know. I can't seem to find it on my end. Yeah, it's actually gone. Luna! Hold on, I gotta readjust it. It like vanished. Alright guys, I'll be right back. I'm gonna reboot the stream. I hope that fixes it easier. She says she's sorry. You can't see my scowling face because the camera's broken. Wait, it looked like it was actually gonna load it in there for a minute. No. Come on, you can do it. There we go. Perfect. And that should, yep, there it goes on the phone. Alright, we are all set. Finally. Finally. Out on Steam, the Falcon 7X. I really like that. That looks awesome. What else we got? What's new? Dovetail Games FSW Flight Sim World Early Access out now. just go away, Internet Explorer. I don't care. Based on the benchmark technology, Flight Sim World is a flight simulator that includes ultra-detailed GA aircraft, comprehensive flight planner, and an advanced flight model with more features planned in coming months. See, my problem... Oh, the graphics are nice. Ooh. That's my sell right there, as if well, I don't really care about the interior of the plane and, you know, the passenger cargo areas, because let's face it, I'm never going to see or use those. But the terrain is my big thing. That looks cool. Alright, the only thing I need to do beyond that, guys, is to, well, actually, no, it should have tweeted out already. I'm going to retweet it, though, because I wanted it to tweet out on, that it was the Friday night flight, not the Wednesday survival stream. And I never actually manually tweet any of this stuff out, guys. I have it set up to automatically post Facebook and Twitter through YouTube, which is great. Mixer, you need that. You're behind. But I learned the other day that it is so freaking hard to properly tweet that stuff out. So this is from a couple days ago. Tweet. Sorry for the weird leaning camera angle crap. Let's see if I can get this. So yeah, I wanted to put in like a really cool explanation, and I know it's not a big deal as far as, you know, there are limits and stuff on Twitter, and I got no problem with that, but I didn't realize how hard it was for me to speak so little. What's that do? Oh, that's cool. Right. Do. You have stars and stuff as a background? Facebook wants me to put cool background colors and crap. So I think we'll just go with the red-blue fade. Thank you, Luna, for the retweet. Thank you. I will. We're gonna fly a plane. Unless we crash. Don't worry, passengers. I'd say the chance of crashing is very minimal for me. You guys, on the other hand. Alright, so today we're going to change the settings. So we had the sound thing going on where everything comes through my earphones because I didn't want to disturb everyone. But for the most part, no one's doing school and no one's doing anything ultra important. And they're in there watching TV, but I don't think it'll disturb them too much. So we're going to put the voice on my headset and put the sound on my regular speakers. I'm listening for music. Because the music's like usually really flipping loud. I don't even know if I can because I'm recording. Actually, I could. I can make the desktop audio device my standard speakers, and I could add a new audio output capture for the headset. which I just took off a minute ago. So let's add that one on there. We'll unmute it. Yeah, we definitely don't need the GoPro thing. Audio can go clear at the bottom of the list. Desktop audio has been muted, but Sarah's playing Fallout 4. Awesome. Let's change this to speakers. And that's what I want to change it to on here, but it won't give me that option. Oh, there it is. Speakers. Okay. Oh, there we go. There's that insanely loud music. Alright. So that works. All the sounds coming through the speakers except for voices, which will apparently come through my head. It's going to be a little weird for me, so bear with me. I may need to change it later. But for now... Oh, mission or learning center? I am very tired after last night. It's okay, I have coffee. All categories. Tutorial, just for fun, the good life. Well, what's just for fun got it? Okay. Alright. Maybe. Racing, military, test pilot, law enforcement, acceleration. Law enforcement? I don't want to fly a helicopter. Okay, let's go for beginner, because I know there's a lot I haven't done. Mountain flying, soaring. Okay, I know I haven't done jets. You know what? Let's do jets. My music was on for like what, 30 seconds? It's already stuck in my head. A CRJ 700. Edinburgh. The only thing I'll be waiting for is the stream to catch up so that I can make sure that it's capturing the image properly. But since I can see the loading bar... Oh no, please don't be broken. It stopped at 33%. Oh, nope, it's moving. We're good, we're good. I know, I'm really tired, right? We basically had some drinks and danced for about 3 or 4 hours. We had a good time.
This flight is just a quick 35-mile repositioning from Edinburgh to Glasgow without any passengers on board. A good opportunity to get you checked out on the Bombardier CRJ 700. While we're waiting for takeoff, I'll explain a few things. Flying a modern jet isn't really all that different from flying a small prop plane. There are just a handful of key differences. The first thing you'll notice is how different the instrument panel looks. Instead of many small, round mechanical instruments, there are just a few large computer screens. Most of the information is the same, but the presentation is different.
World travel 221, hold short runway 6 right, traffic is a 747 and final.
Holding short 6 right, world travel 221.
That call was for another aircraft. We're Orbit 526. I'll handle the radios during this flight, so don't worry if you miss anything. I'll tell you what to do. The display on the left is the primary flight display, or PFD. It combines multiple instruments into one display.
Is this one here?
The blue and brown section in the middle of the PFD is an attitude indicator.
Yes.
The vertical tape on the left side shows airspeed, and the tape on the right side shows altitude. At the bottom in the middle is a horizontal situation indicator, which shows heading, and to the right of that is a vertical speed indicator. Glass displays like these take some time to get used to, but once you get the hang of it, you'll love them. The display to the right of the PFD is the navigation display, which shows a top-down view of the aircraft's position relative to navigational aids and the flight planned route. You can change how the map looks by using the format and range knobs on the left side of the panel.
There's no point because I don't know how to use that.
Okay, the third display
Oh, look
is
at that 747 coming in.
Crew Alerting System, or ICAS. The default page shows engine information, gear and flap positions, fuel quantity, and warning and caution messages. You can scroll through the different ICAS screens by clicking the up and down buttons at the bottom of the display. Each screen provides information about a different aircraft system.
Okay, so that's the aileron trim and rudder trim.
For this flight, keep the engine gauges showing on the ICAS. The top gauges are labeled N1. As we fly, I'll give you suggested thrust settings. Use your joystick throttle lever or the F2 and F3 keys to move the N1 needles to the settings I suggest. The rows of buttons and knobs just below the windshield is the mode control panel for the autopilot. We won't be using the autopilot on this flight, so don't worry about any of that for now. A big difference between jets and piston aircraft is that in a jet, the engines take a while to spool up. This means that if you add or reduce thrust, there will be a slight delay before your action has any effect. This fact, combined with the jet's higher speed, means that you need to plan ahead.
World Travel 221, taxi into position and hold.
Position and hold. World Travel 221.
Jets have flaps just like piston aircraft. They're used during takeoff and landing to increase both lift and drag. Lower the flaps to 20 degrees for takeoff now by pressing the F7 key 3 times. You can see the flap indicator on the ICAS.
Orbit 526, hold short, runway 6 right.
We'll hold short 6 right, orbit 526. Okay, follow the 737 ahead of us, but hold short of the runway. Release the brakes by pressing the period key and apply some thrust to get us going.
Okay, what did I do for brakes? That one. And then... Okay. Something is amiss, guys, because... yeah, it's not going away. I'm gonna end up restarting. Okay, that's my speed brake. Come on, I want you to go back up. I don't need the brake. I think I'm gonna have to restart, guys. I was trying to figure out why the throttle wasn't working. The glass display indicated that the throttle was increasing, but the engines weren't actually winding up. So I have to figure out what I did wrong there. But I hit the landing gear, so it gave me the area.
Just a quick 35-mile repositioning from
Okay,
Edinburgh to Glasgow
it wasn't me.
without any passengers on
Something's
board.
up with the game. It's operating now.
Out on the Bombardier CRJ 700. While we're waiting in line for takeoff, I'll explain a few things. Flying a modern jet isn't really all that different from flying a small prop plane. There are just a handful of key differences. The first thing you'll notice is how different the instrument panel looks. Instead of many small, round mechanical instruments, there are just a few large.
Sorry, I don't know if there's a way to skip
Most
this,
of the information
so...
is the same, but the presentation is different.
World Travel 221, hold short, runway 6 right, traffic is a 747 and final.
Holding short 6 right. World Travel 221.
That call was for another aircraft. We're orbit 526. I'll handle the radios during this flight, so don't worry if you miss anything. I'll tell you what to do. The display on the left is the primary flight display, or PFD. It combines multiple instruments into one display. The blue and brown section in the middle of the PFD is an attitude indicator. The vertical tape on the left side shows airspeed, and the tape on the right side shows altitude. At the bottom in the middle is a horizontal situation indicator, which shows heading, and to the right of that is a vertical speed indicator. Glass
Horizontal situation indicator.
To get used to, but once you get the hang of it, you'll love them. The display to the right of the PFD is the navigation display, which shows a top-down view of the aircraft's position relative to navigational aids and the flight planned route. You can change how the map looks by using the format and range knobs on the left side of the panel. Try it now if you want to.
Sarah, are you having trouble, sweetie?
Okay.
Yeah, I guess
the third display is the engine indication
I didn't change the
system, or ICAS. The default page shows engine information, gear and flap positions, fuel quantity, and warning and caution messages. You can scroll through the different ICAS screens by clicking the up and down buttons at the bottom of the display. Each screen provides information about a different aircraft system.
Why, what's up?
For this flight, keep the engine gauges showing on the ICAS. The top gauges are labeled N1. As we fly, I'll give you suggested thrust settings.
Empty the bucket.
Use your
It's
joystick
not,
throttle
the hose
lever
isn't
or the
clogged.
F2 and F3 keys to move the N1 needles to the settings I suggest. The rows of buttons and knobs just below the windshield is the mode control panel for the autopilot. We won't be using the autopilot on this flight, so don't worry about any of that.
Good,
for
because
now.
I want to fly the plane.
A big difference between jets and piston aircraft is that in a jet, the engines take a while to spool up. This means that if you add or reduce thrust, there will be a slight delay before your action has any effect. This fact, combined with the jet's higher speed, means that you need to plan ahead.
World Travel 221, taxi into position and hold.
Position and hold. World Travel 221.
Jets
Oh,
are
there's that
flaps, just like
737 he was
piston
talking about.
aircraft. They're used during takeoff and landing to increase both lift and drag. Lower the flaps to 20 degrees for takeoff now by pressing the F7 key 3 times. You can see the flap indicator on the ICAS.
Orbit 526, hold short, runway 6 right.
We'll hold short 6 right, orbit 526. Okay, follow the 737 ahead of us, but hold short of the runway. Release the brakes by pressing the period key and apply some thrust to get us going. You're over-controlling. Use less pressure on the stick.
Dude, I gotta make a 90-degree turn.
Use less pressure on the stick.
I got this, boss. Over controlling. You know we're gonna run into that sign if I don't turn a bit more, yeah?
Good. Stop here. One last thing. During the takeoff roll, I'll call out 4 speeds. When I call 80 knots, glance at your airspeed tape to verify it's moving and indicating approximately the same speed as mine. When I call V1, it means we're at the speed where we're committed to taking off, because there isn't enough runway to stop at that point.
That is correct.
When I say rotate, gently pull back on the stick and rotate the nose into the air. Finally, I'll call V2 when we reach the minimum safety speed at which we can safely climb on just one engine.
No one told you to go.
World Travel 221, winds cam, clear to takeoff.
Okay, we're pausing because I need to check out controls. Show the menu. I need to know how to put on the parking brake, because just holding my brake doesn't seem to work well. Buttons and keys. Brake, brakes, brakes, brakes. Oh, it's apply release. I think if I just tap my button, repeat. We're gonna put the repeat on max. I'm guessing it's going to trigger the brakes several times. Parking brakes is control period though, so we should be good.
World Travel 221, rolling.
Okay, so
526.
with the repeat on, as long as I'm holding it, it looks like the brakes stay
Position and
active.
hold, orbit 526.
Position and
Okay,
hold.
we're cleared to taxi onto the runway, but not to take off yet. Taxi ahead and turn right onto the runway. Stop once you're on the runway and lined up with the center line. Press Shift 5 to display the overhead panel and turn on the landing light by clicking the switch in the lower left corner. Then press Shift 5 again to close the overhead. You're over-controlling. Use less pressure on the stick.
Dude, you wanted me in the middle.
Before we take off, let's review exactly what will happen. You'll control the aircraft, I'll handle the radios. I'll call out 80 knots, V1, rotate, and V2. When I say rotate, gently pull back on the stick to raise the nose to 15 degrees nose up on the primary flight display. I'll tell you to
I don't
retract
remember
the
what
landing gear once
what
we're
light you
climbing.
wanted me to turn on.
Once we reach 1,000 feet above the runway, I'll tell you to pitch down to 10 degrees nose up and to raise the flaps so we can accelerate. Our initial climb will be to our cruise altitude of 6,000 feet, and the departure controller will probably tell us to make a left turn to the west. I'll let you know when to turn.
Orbit 526, winds are calm, runway 6 right, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, orbit 526. All right, we're cleared to go. When you're ready, use the throttle lever on your joystick or press the F3 key to add thrust. Start with 50% N1. Let the engine stabilize and then increase thrust to 100%.
Okay, so I'm gonna put the brakes back on. Okay, 100%. Brake release. Come on, man. Come on. Get on the runway.
80 knots. V1. Rotate. Slowly pitch up to 15 degrees. V2. Positive rate, gear up. Raise the landing gear by pressing the G key.
Orbit 526, contact departure.
Orbit 526, switching. Okay, move the stick to adjust pitch to 10 degrees nose up on the primary flight display, and raise the flaps. Reduce thrust to about 80% N1 to keep our speed below 250 knots. Climb and maintain 6,000 feet. Edinburgh departure, orbit 526 with you, climbing to 6,000.
Orbit 526, roger. Orbit 526, turn left, heading 270.
Left to 270, orbit 526. Okay, it's time for the turn. Make a nice easy left turn until our heading is 270 degrees. That's due west. Level off at 6,000 feet and reduce thrust to about 60% N1. That should give us about 250 knots. Let's run through the after takeoff checklist. Landing gear, up. We're above our assigned altitude. Descend to 6,000 feet. We'll stay low on this short flight, so don't exceed 250 knots and keep the landing lights on. This is standard practice below 10,000 feet.
We're gonna crash, y'all. Okay.
Flaps, up.
Orbit 526, resume own navigation.
Don't exceed 250 knots below 10,000 feet. Thrust set to 80% N1 for the climb. After takeoff checklist complete. Resume on navigation, orbit 526.
I do not want...
Alright, we've been told to resume our own navigation. This means the controller will no longer be giving us vectors, and we should follow our filed flight plan. Our flight plan route takes us to a point that will line us up for an approach to Glasgow's runway 23, which is currently the active runway. You can use the mission compass to navigate to that point, or you can follow our flight plan on the map page of the navigation display. The pink line on the screen is the path we should be following.
Ooh, the clouds. It's hard to keep your head out of the cockpit when there's clouds everywhere. Okay. Almost got down to 6,000. Don't overshoot west. Come on. There we go. A little more. There. That'll do. Yeah, actually, I think that's pretty damn good. We're climbing again, though. We don't want that. Man, that's still so loud. Come on, don't be like that. I think he said 60% power. We're gonna go much slower than that. I adjusted the flaps a little bit, but knowing that the second I add power, it's gonna start going up a lot. We're gonna keep it easy. I'm gonna turn this down some. That doesn't seem to have made any difference. Let's try that one. There we go. Alright, so we're falling a little bit below. A little bit more power. I think we're gonna end up at like 50%. And that is something I've noticed about Microsoft Flight Simulator as long as I've played it. There's always what seems to me to be quite a degree of error between what they want you to do and what you have to do in the aircraft to get there at their requirements. Now, obviously we're below speed right now. We're actually dropping a little bit. And we're only at 50% power. So I do want to get back that 200 feet, but okay, I'm a little bit off course. So. I didn't realize at first, but on the navigation pane there is actually a numerical display above your heading. So 270 is there. We're going to stick with 270 even though the game portion... Come on, rotate back. This thing is hard to rotate. The game indicator in the top left corner of the screen says that we need to go farther south. But I'm assuming that the 270 was to get us lined up, so... Stop your climbing. Six, 8. So cool. If that flight simulator world comes through, I will probably give it a try. Down is fine, mate, but come on now. The trim seems to have a huge impact. Every notch of trim I give it seems to have an enormous impact on the angle of the overall aircraft. I don't know if that's a jet thing because of speed, or if it's a error in simulation. And we're going to take a break real soon. I'm already out of water. Oh, coffee's good. Yeah, we're climbing again. Stop that shit. And now it's diving. Don't. Just frickin' stay put, eh? The analytics for this flight are gonna look like crap. Whoa, no! What the heck? Oh wait, it might be coming back. For those of you on Mixer. I do have Scorebot up and running if you guys weren't here on Wednesday. So we have the commands and the games and all that crap is all good. I also removed the philanthropy command. I'm going to implement it somehow at some point. I think maybe I'll just have it so you guys type it in and it sends me a notification. And then I can do a random giveaway.
Orbit 526, contact Glasgow approach on 119.1.
Orbit 526 switching. Thanks.
7500.
Glasgow approach. Orbit 526 with you.
Orbit 526, Glasgow approach. Good morning. Reduce speed to 210 knots. Expect vectors for the visual approach. Runway 23 at Glasgow. Glasgow altimeter 29902.
Slowing to 210 and we'll expect the visual for runway 23. Orbit 526. Bring the thrust back to about 50% N1. Then adjust it to maintain 210 knots. Since the weather's good, the controller will line us up with the runway and give us clearance to proceed to the airport visually once we have the runway in sight.
This may be one I have to redo, guys. Okay, yeah, it's working. I look so somber today. I'm sorry I'm not smiling more. Yes.
Orbit 526,
Oh, what we got?
descend and maintain 3000.
Descend and maintain 3000, orbit 526.
Yeah, we're gonna back off
we've
a
got clearance
lot.
to descend to 3,000 feet. Reduce thrust to idle and gently push forward on the stick to take us down.
Done.
Pitch to about 7 degrees nose down to maintain 210 knots as we descend.
Dude, we are at 235. But we need to descend an extra 1,000 feet, so we're going to keep it at 7 degrees. Otherwise, we'll never make it. Not on time. Because they're going to want me to bank very, very soon. Actually, I'm going to do a little course correction. No, my heading's 278. Yeah, I'm going to do a little course correction. That'll help us drop altitude a bit as well. By utilizing some of the upward lift. So I have a little bit less lift. But I am at idle, so... Okay. Turning back. Alright, I went 266. Not what I wanted to do exactly. The nose is still coming up. Got 1,500 more feet to go. I need that pen. I need to make notes. Oh, that looks so cool. Yeah, I pushed the nose over kind of hard there. We can start slowly bringing the nose back up. Ooh, we were back up at 250. It's still marked as 250, so I'm guessing either it's a setting that I could have changed myself manually, or it's something that, nope, we got a few more 100 feet to go. A few hundred more feet. That makes more sense. A few hundred more feet.
Okay, level off here at 3,000 feet and bring the thrust back up to about 50% N1 to maintain 210 knots.
So we got within 200 feet. That's why he said it. We're going to keep it going down so we get that other 200 feet down. It says the airport's at 2,999. Or maybe it's just our... I think that must be a waypoint. Alright.
Orbit 526, reduce speed to 180 knots.
Slowing to 180, orbit 526. Okay, now reduce thrust a bit to slow to 180 knots. Pull back on the stick a bit to keep the nose from dropping. Maintain 3,000 feet as you slow down.
No, don't climb. Come on.
Press F7 twice to lower the flaps to 8 degrees. The flaps will slow us down, so bring the thrust back up to about 60% N1, so we maintain 180 knots.
Oh wait, no, we're actually climbing. We don't want that, so. Easy. Trimming up a little bit, because I'm pulling quite a bit on the stick. Okay, I'm going to back off of the throttle a little bit because we're still going over 180. The flaps at least get us way closer than we have been. A little bit more up. Ooh, see, that was one tick up and you saw how much it changed. Look at that. It's insane. Control the nose. We're about to break 3,200 and I don't want that. There we go. I have an exorcist head. 360 degrees of rotation. Excuse me. Hiccups. No, don't drop. I'm trying to drink coffee. Oh, Kitty's a jerk. Sorry, it was Luna, wasn't it? It was Luna being a jerk.
Yep.
Okay, so we're dropping a little too much. Okay, he hadn't said anything, but that checkpoint is like way the hell behind us now. So, I'm going to go find it. Pitch over. More. There we go. Did I miss something, guys? Did he say something and I missed it? Starting to climb a lot, and that's not what my goal was on this turn. So our speed looked like 220. Alright. Back off. Oh, I needed to climb. I was below 3,000. High vibes all around. Then they're watching Jacksepticeye. He's doing his outro, so you know. They're all doing the outro too. I know, I did it on my stream. I'm sorry, Jack, don't sue me. I only did part of it and I stopped myself. Okay, we're at 3,000 feet. A little over 180, I think. Come on, rotate flat. Neutral. 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 There we go. No. No more climbing. We're where we need to be. Alright, where are we at? Where's the plane at? Alright. No. Stop it. Stop it. Okay, we're still climbing. It's stupid, don't watch it. Okay, at this point I'm watching the navigation marker for the quest itself, guys.
Orbit 520.
There we go.
Turn left heading 230. Vectors for the visual approach runway 23. Report the runway in sight.
Left to 230, looking for the runway. Orbit 526. Here we go. Turn left to 230 degrees. We should see the
It's a
runway
right.
straight ahead once we roll out.
Okay, you know what? Nope, we're gonna do what they
Okay,
said.
I see the runway. Approach. Orbit 526 has the runway in sight.
Orbit 526 cleared.
No,
visual
okay,
approach
I'm
runway
turning right.
23.
We're gonna yank and bank this crap. I know I am.
Pressure on the stick.
I know I
Cleared
am.
for the visual. Orbit 526. Reduce thrust to idle and begin descending towards the runway.
We
Lower
should,
the
I don't
landing
know.
gear by pressing G and lower full flaps as we slow down. Press F7 3 times. In a large aircraft like this, the speed you land at changes depending on how heavy you are. At our current weight, our final approach speed will be 130 knots. Adjust thrust to maintain 130 knots as we descend toward the runway.
Yeah, I can see it, but I feel like it shouldn't be in the center of my window. And this is something you can only learn from an instructor. Okay, get level. Can do a lot of nose up pitch. Said 130. And he said full flaps. I think we're there. We are 45 degrees of flaps. Yeah, I am not lined up. That is not lined up. Okay, we're gonna do a heavy rudder turn. C. Well, we're gonna do an S turn to get both better lined up and to get a better angle. Better lined up is all I can come up with right now.
Contact tower on 118.8.
Switching to tower now. Orbit 526. Thanks. Glasgow Tower, Orbit 526 with you on the visual approach for runway 23.
Orbit 526.
Guys, I'm so gonna wreck this landing.
Cleared to land runway 23. Wind calm.
Clear to land, Orbit 526. We're cleared to land, so let's run through the before landing checklist. It's a short one. Landing gear, down. Flaps, set to 45 degrees. Landing checklist complete. Continue
That's it.
descending. Once we're about 50 feet over the runway, reduce thrust to idle and pull back on the stick slightly to touch down on the main wheels first. Then, slowly lower the nose.
Okay, well, we do have a better angle. It's not anywhere near perfect. We should be at 230. We're at 234. Where are we at? Just broke 1,000 feet. Will not be pulling up. Okay, we got on the Vasi we got 2 and 2, so that's good. But I feel he wants us to land at 130. 600. Oh, we are so far off of line up. too high, we're too high. No, no, we're gonna miss it, guys. Okay, correction. No, we're too low. Okay, we're doing good. We're gonna go idle. Oh, no, 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 whoa, whoa. Oh, crap. Oh, no, guys. I'm gonna stall it. I'm gonna stall it. I can't believe I got that down. Woo! Alright, yeah, see, this is why I didn't do it before. I said you need proper training before you go into a jet. And I said I was going to wait until after we did the jet training section. But I think instead, what I've done is just prove my point. And we have to slow down, because there's only one
Nice landing.
Orbit
left.
526, turn left next taxiway and contact ground on 121.7.
And we're going to see how much improvement I have.
Turn left on the
Okay,
next
we're gonna
taxiway.
slow
Once
way
you're clear
the
of
hell down.
runway, stop,
There we go.
Retract the flaps and turn off the landing lights.
Stop, retract flaps, turn off landing lights. Stop, retract flaps, turn off landing lights. Let's get a little bit more of a walking pace. I do know you should never taxi faster than you can walk. Okay, we have to get across the bars.
Glasgow ground, orbit 526, clear of 23.
Orbit 526, taxi to the gate. Follow the 737 on the taxiway all the way to the runway.
We'll follow the 37, orbit 526.
Okay,
Okay,
stopping.
just follow that 737 on the taxiway. He's going to the same ramp, just a different gate.
Landing lights. Okay, we'll go forward and I can retract the flaps as we go. Oh no, I got a glitch. Okay. I don't see him, but that's okay. We have the quest indicator. That's what it's called. It's called a freaking quest indicator, guys. That's what I needed to call it. Incidentally, I am from the US. That's probably why I'm on the right-hand side of the road. Or the wrong-hand side of the road, whatever you want to call it. I don't care. But on a taxiway, there are no lanes. That line is where the nose of the plane should be going. What is our speed? I feel fast. Oh no, we're doing good. We're like 5 miles an hour. That's it. That is a bit fast, and we're still picking up speed. I can always just adjust by tapping the brake once in a while, but I don't like the way the simulation handles the brake tab. There we go. We're below 5. But it looks like we've come to a rolling stop now. When you're on the ground, incidentally, for an aircraft that has its own ability to ground navigate, most of the time you use the rudder to steer, because the rudder also controls the landing gear. Alright, where are we? I think we're going right over to the right over there. And I think that I have purchased enough things for the kids that I could pay off my credit cards, and I think I'm going to start my flight license hopefully this fall. It does not have... Okay, so I don't see a 737 here, so we're going to go around to the other side. I'm guessing it must be over there. I have to say I was very, very nervous about the quality of the landing. But to be fair, I had trouble with all of that. Yeah, we're gonna head over that way. There's 737 over here. Picking up a lot of speed there, Oz. No, there's not, and it actually looks like it's telling me to turn around at this point. Okay, we're gonna turn in. I don't see the lines. It's hard for me to see the paint lines. I don't think I'm supposed to be here. I'm pretty sure these checkered lines are for the luggage cart somewhere. Oh, it's on the other side? Yeah, it is. It's on the other side. Son of a gun. I'm driving all over the airport like an idiot. No, no, no! So, a long time ago, guys, we watched, I think it was Mark, Jack, Bob, and Wade all playing speedrunners. I don't know if you guys follow any of the four of them, but they all played, and it was like watching football. Any football. I don't care if it's American football, if you're a fan of American football, or European football. Isn't it just football everywhere else?
Make a right turn into this area.
Yeah,
the
working
last one on the right side.
There she
There's a
is.
gate at the end. Pull up to the jetway and stop.
Said the last on the right? Is that what he said? Yeah, he did. He said the last on the right-hand side.
You're over-controlling. Use less pressure on the stick.
Fine. I'll just use the rudders. Which I should have been doing the whole time anyway. I'm assuming the door is on the right-hand side of the aircraft. Because that's like a normal thing, as far as I know. There's also a little line here, so I'll try really hard to follow that. Anyway, so they played Speedrunners, and then I saw it on Steam a couple days ago. It's on sale, and I was like, oh, we should totally get Speedrunners. That looked like so much fun. I was like, and then Luna and I could play it on the channel. And then I got on the Xbox like, I don't know, an hour later, and it's the well, I guess the June 1st through the 15th. It's the game for that. Okay, ding. Is this good? Can I park here? It's not registering. It says I have 25 feet to go. Did it want me actually on that gate? I'm still moving. Because if that's what it wanted, I'm screwed. Because I cannot turn. This is an airplane. It doesn't have reverse.
Stop here.
There we go.
Excellent job.
Whew. I was like, I know I pulled up on the right one. Control period for parking brake. Yay! We did it, guys. Iron wings. Felt like I was flying a lump of iron. Alright, so what other beginner ones might we do? Executive tour. Fly the Secretary of Defense around Edwards Air Force Base. Estimated time to complete 30 minutes. We could do that. So I've done like the rest of these. Can I just arrow up, down? I can. Good. I like that better. Okay, so there's the helicopter basics, which I have zero interest in. Alright, we're going to do this. This is going to be the end of our Friday night flight on Saturday late morning. Okay, Beechcraft King Air. Fly VIP to sites around Edwards Air Force Base. So I imagine since it's a VIP and they want us to fly around a base, that this is more of a scenic tour kind of thing. So I'll be able to fly super slow and then just hit green target markers, hopefully. Anyway, so yeah, the Speedrunners is free and they're in there playing that now. Speedrunners is 2 things. Well, 3 things actually. It's insanely fun, insanely addicting, and headache inducing. After like 2 hours, it might not have been 2 hours, it felt at least like 2 hours though. Yesterday, I was so messed up. My head was killing me. My head hurts today too, but that's because I drank more last night than I ever have in my life. It's the only time I've ever been so drunk I was embarrassed. And I was in my own house, so.
All set back there? Ready when you are.
What is with...
Secretary has another engagement at 0800.
Oh, it's raining.
Get back here by 7:45. When you're ready, start the engines and taxi to runway 24.
Not even allowed to see him? Start the engines. Start the engines. E? No? Alright. Let's look at the menu bar. Wait, this button? Okay, that's gonna be my start engine button. Settings, controls. I'm sorry I have to keep doing this, guys. I learn as I go, so. Engine, or actually, there might be an auto start engine thing, but it's Control E. Okay. So, can I could probably use this one. Alright, so I'm going to, I really only need the auto start. So, new assignment, that button. Okay. Okay. Okay, it was not that easy. Oh, it was. It was just taking time because it's an auto start. Okay, looking for information here. Fuel cutoff. Gonna flood? No, it's just stabilizing. Okay. So, brakes off. Wow, this thing. So much easier to get going. Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. Guys, I'm sorry. I was trying to get the outside view just to make the taxiing easier. I should have just stayed in. Mr. Secretary of Defense, I apologize. You're going to be late for your meeting. I'm watching the replay on the stream.
Back there? Ready when you are. The Secretary has another engagement at 0800, so we need to get back here by 7:45. When you're ready, start the engines and taxi to runway 24.
Yeah, I got them up and running. You guys seeing my indicator? What do we think that is? Electromagnetic field created by starting of the turboprops? Okay, we are going to turn hard so we can get away from that. Alright, woo! Thing is so freaking light. Come on, come on. I'm nudging the throttle up ever so slightly. Come on. There it goes, there it goes. It's got an edge, like a hard edge. So we're gonna have to just constantly, So Edwards, who do I know at Edwards? My brother? No, he's at Whitman.
The Edwards Class D airspace is closed to all traffic except us and the space shuttle, so we shouldn't see anyone else out there.
Oh, I don't know anyone at Edwards, I'm stupid.
We'll have to stay low and slow if we want to see anything. Oh, and keep it smooth. The Secretary's back has been acting up.
Yes, please do.
Everyone's sitting on the left side, so we only have to make one pass at each attraction. I programmed each one as a waypoint in the GPS to increase efficiency.
Efficiency, that's what I like to hear.
Okay, I think that's the entrance to the runway. Oh, look, actual guys! I can hear you on my stream. Wow, they're loud, aren't they?
I don't see any traffic. Take off when you're ready and head for the first waypoint.
Take off when I'm ready. Dude, I haven't...
Base traffic, King Air 0 Kilo Alpha, departing
Okay,
runway 24.
Looking to see. Okay. Well, it's to the right, so let's take off to the right. Okay. Gonna rotate until we're straight. Perfect. Absolutely wonderful. Hang on to your butts, Senator. Oh, we're leaving the runway. We rotate. There we go. Ooh, easy, 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 easy. Whoa. This thing wants to nose down like crazy.
Edwards Tower, King Air 0 Kilo Alpha, off north base for a base tour as prearranged.
King Air 0
Slow.
Kilo Alpha, radar contact. The Class Delta airspace is yours. Have a good tour. We'll advise you when the shuttle is inbound.
Thank you, will do. King Air 0 Kilo Alpha.
I really appreciate you two taking us up in this weather. Hopefully we can still see something.
This? Just a little rain. You'll still see plenty, sir, we promise. All right, folks, our first point of interest is the mighty shuttle lift.
I am pulling hard as crap on this yoke. Putting on so much nose up trim that it's ridiculous. Yeah, let's kick it over a bit more. Whoa, there's something out there. What's our altitude? 2400. What's 2300? Okay, so I'm like 100 feet off the ground. That would be bad. Okay, they said they're all on the left side of the plane. So okay, I have a feeling that this whole flight is going to be a struggle because I am putting a lot of I've maxed the trim out at nose up, still have my flaps down so that I can maintain slow flight. Don't bank. I didn't want any banking. Cops are going by us. Oh my god. Where are we? What's our altitude? Oh my god, come on. Let's get some altitude, shall we? Come on. Here we go, here we go. Nope. Crap. I'm trying to use the hat switch to
Look at that. Awesome, isn't it? Take your pictures, ladies and gentlemen.
Woo. Okay, so the pilot.
Okay, we're done here. Let's proceed to the Osprey prototypes.
Oh Lord. Okay, I think I just maybe wasn't giving it enough throttle before. Because now that nose up trim is biting me in the butt. That's okay, because we need it for now to get some height.
I'm still alive!
Pull back just a little bit on that. Don't want any more altitude. At 2300, 3300 would be great, I'm sure. Need to focus on the turn. I can't see anything out there. I almost crashed into the ground, and now I know why pilots crash into mountains. Because you can't see it, you don't know it's there. Come on. Am I circling the damn things? Six. Was a heck of a pitch over. Very bad. Very bad. Alright. It was right there. So all I'm doing is I'm flying away so that I can turn. Apparently they were like right in the middle of my turn, so can't have that. Alright, 1.5 nautical miles ought to be enough. So let's get over 20 degrees. While maintaining altitude. No, don't keep pitching. Don't need any more of that. 2.4. 2.5. 26. 27.5. Our speed is like super freaking high. Ooh, easy, 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 easy. Okay, so says we're on target for it. Roll out. Okay, it's going to be on our left. We're only 100 feet above stuff. I mean, that tower right there, we could hit it if we weren't careful. So, let's more power as we're dropping.
Onward. Proceed to the B-52 8-ball, Space Shuttle's mothership.
Okay. B-52 8-ball. Okay, so the speed wasn't as important as I thought. They said they wanted to go low and slow, and when I had the flaps down, I was pushing it with having the engine revved up, so I pulled down the engine, and the plane was unable to fly. It wanted to nosedive at all times, so let's do a gentle bank while we try to get on target for a B-52. Guessing it's right down there in front of us. We're at 2,300 feet. I want to back this off some so I can... Oh, that's it right there. Come on, guys, you got it.
Okay, let's head to the Blackbird, the SR-71.
Ooh, everyone loves an SR-71. Okay, it's 2 nautical miles behind us, so... I'm gonna boost the engine back up a little bit. Come on. Oh, I'm pitching over too much for the... Not pitching over, but rolling over too much. Come on, consistent turn. Still climbing. But we're on track, so let's roll out. I think we're okay for altitude. Don't do that.
Plenty of time left. We can still make it.
Backing way off on the throttle.
0 Kilo Alpha, the shuttle is 20 miles out.
King Air 0 Kilo Alpha, roger. Thanks. The shuttle's coming. Let's hurry to the rallying point.
Okay.
Here comes the shuttle. That's an impressive bird. Next we'll take a look at the jet in a box, our laser testing facility.
Oh, it's changing its altitude. I'm actually coming in on inbound shuttle. That's interesting. What do they expect me to do? Let's roll out real quick here. We're gonna stay around the 3,000 feet mark, I think, because it's descending as it is, and we got a ways to go. Silly, did you finish that stuff you were required to do first? Okay. Your room as well? Okay. Look, ma, no hands. I'm booking it, but this plane only goes so fast. Okay, what is that doing? Is it a landing switch toggle thing? Is it that, or landing gear toggle rather? Okay, we are climbing. Don't want to be climbing. Ooh, but look at that. Layer clouds. Mostly out of the rain. And running down the space shuttle. I don't know why it's doing the shuttle and why it's not doing the rally point I'm supposed to head to. Oh, there it is! There it is, guys.
Tower, shuttle Atlantic, 10 miles out, gliding to
Look at that!
Welcome home. Winds are light variable, runway 22, clear to land. Traffic is a King Air with the Secretary of Defense and some press on board. Should be no factor.
There's the shuttle. Awesome, isn't she?
Look at that! Guys, come check this crap out!
Speed up, we're losing it.
Speed up! I'm passing it!
Everyone get a good shot? Fabulous. Let's return to the north.
Oh my god, that is so cool, guys. I've never flown this mission before. Oh, that's awesome!
We have the shuttle, 0 Kilo Alpha.
King Air 0 Kilo Alpha maintains visual separation from the shuttle. They only have one chance to do this right.
0 Kilo Alpha, no problem. The shuttle's glide speed is 190 knots.
Back R's way down.
Ouch! That really hurts.
I'm sorry.
Back. And your career.
Oh, no! That's it. I kill you, Senator. You're gonna die. We're gonna crash to the ground. It's all your fault. You ended my career. Oh. Okay, so it definitely had landing gear. They were definitely already down, which was giving us a lot of problem. That was probably a huge issue for why I couldn't maintain that slow speed at the lower altitude I wanted. Now, I definitely did not want to be going at I definitely did not want to be going. Holy cow, that one's all messed up. Let me see if I can refix that. Boop. There we go. I definitely didn't want to be going only 100 feet off the ground. I figured 3,000 and a very, very slow speed would be okay. And obviously I didn't do very well, so I need a lot more practice. Holy cow. I can't believe he's like, ow, that hurt my back a lot, and your career, and then you fail the mission? That is bogus. It's hilarious, but bogus. So that's going to be it, guys. That's going to conclude our Friday night flight. I am sorry that I didn't do it last night. I did this one to make up for it. If you guys didn't get a chance to see this, because I know you guys usually come out on Friday nights, if you didn't get a chance, head over to YouTube. You can watch it on YouTube. It'll be there permanently. Or you can, of course, watch it in the VODs on mixer.com/WingsOverEden. It stays there for 2 weeks. However, there weren't any problems streaming up to YouTube today, so the YouTube streaming thing is getting a lot easier. So we're working with what we have and getting it to still produce smooth. I still think I have it set at 1080p, which is a personal thing, you know. I don't think I should be doing anything else. Yeah, it's at 1080p, so there's no point in doing it at 4K because other than me and, you know, maybe 1% of the planet's population, I assume that they don't have a 4K TV. However, if you're interested, I got lucky. I went to Sam's Club, which is like a big Costco store, and I got it there, and it was $600, which is a lot, but it's also the same that I spent on the last full HD TV I bought on clearance a long time ago. The TV finally went out, so they made, I don't remember, they made like 8 different versions of the television. It was made in 8 different manufacturing plants with 3 or 4 different controller boards, and I couldn't figure out which one mine was, so rather than replace the controller board, unfortunately I had to buy a new TV. It also cost less than the controller board. But thank you guys for coming out and watching. AK, have a good day, man. I saw you in there. I appreciate it. I want you guys in the Mixer chat. I want you guys talking because it's more fun that way. I want you guys playing the games. And just being in the stream on Mixer earns you points because Scorebot's all set up. So like I can look and I can see that a bunch of people have some points. Holy cow. Obviously I have the most, but I'm always in here. Luna has over 2,000 points because she helps me troubleshoot stuff. She's also got over 100 hours. Oh no, that one's me. Okay. But Tavarich, man, almost 6 hours. Holy cow, thank you. Lost is always here doing stuff. He's got a bunch of points and he's building up his hours too. There are different ranks. For those of you who don't know. Let me go to... and they're based on time. I didn't want you guys being penalized for playing the games and stuff. Okay, so everyone's a first-time jumper for, you know, skydiving. And then there are different levels of licenses for both jumpers and for pilots. So you go through all the jumper levels, and then you start student pilots. You become a jump master, and then you go to student pilot. This way, if you crash your airplane. And we finagled them a lot to figure out what the best numbers were. So I'm going to keep an eye on that over the next couple of months and see if my viewers who are here on a regular basis are progressing like I was hoping they would. If they're progressing too fast, we'll stretch out the requirements a little more. If they're progressing too slow, we'll condense them a little bit. Whatever's appropriate. That being said, I look forward to seeing you all tonight. We're still doing tonight's stream. This is not a replacement for this. This is a delayed flight for the Friday night flight. And Luna and I are playing Don't Starve.